All right.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to A.M.O.K.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're fine. I got it. Trust me, I've been cut off many times. I talk a lot, so.
Oh, that's good.
That was like a sneak attack.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, it's fine. You seen how fast I was?
I thought I was on it today.
We're all
okay,
just.
five.
I know, right?
We're all just yammering. She's like, "Okay, you're live."
I thought I was on today.
I'm good at that game. I'm good at that game.
Like, all right, we're live in 5, 4.
I didn't. Yeah.
This is our typical introduction. Everything just goes totally amok.
It's amok.
So
we had a normal introduction.
It would be no fun.
It would be weird.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be us.
Weird. Yeah.
And I would not be the tech girl.
If it were normal, it would be weird.
We'd have to start over every time.
What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing tonight? All you billions of people that Adrian like to say.
No, the billions, of course.
Billions.
Billions and billions.
Billions.
It's M. Night. Someone shut up.
M. Night. Oh my gosh, it's
M.
me.
Night.
It's me.
It's
Well,
good.
I'd like to let's do a little introduction here. I gotta modify it a bit, but that's okay. I think you can work with this. I'd like to introduce our guests. I said guests tonight to our billions of followers as the scientist, inventor, and the researcher who apparently will not be here. But this couple is from Kansas City, Missouri, and I think they're still there tonight. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. Well, technically Smithville, Missouri, but yes, carry on.
All right. Well, nearby Kansas City, Missouri.
Greater Kansas City area. Yes.
Okay, the Burbs area.
Yeah.
Let's welcome KD and no KD Stafford from Supernatural Inc. Paranormal.
Thank you. No show, KD. Give it up for KD. Yeah, no,
that's right.
KD, I love you. Please don't beat me with anything.
Maybe she'll stick her head in later or something.
Because I love you with all my heart. You are beautiful, and if I haven't told you lately, I'm pretty sure you've lost weight.
Oh, yeah, he's gunning for something.
Well, she did look pretty good the last time I saw her. What, 2 weeks ago?
She looks better every time I see her. So you know.
There
you go.
Boy, brownie points.
Yep, more brownie points.
Perfect. Well, did I do you justice on that intro?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sounds good. Well, you know, the scientist. Some people be like, "Oh, he's not a scientist." Well, I mean, look, if you look up scientist in the dictionary, the dictionary, what is that? If you Google scientist, like the Merriam-Webster definition is basically a person who pursues a scientific blah, blah, blah field. So
let's fact check that.
Hey, yeah. Pull it up, man. Let's look at that definition.
I got 500 different ones by now.
Okay. So I just obviously boomered it and just looked at the first one that popped up. So it is what it is, right? I don't really care. Don't bother looking it up. You can trust me, okay? Just trust me. So I am a science enthusiast, I like to say. So, yeah, there you go. Computer type science. Even though I suck at programming, dude. Like, I think my problem was I jumped into a lot of different stuff at the same time, and I didn't just focus on programming, right? So I'm trying to get down to that better. But yeah, that pretty much summed it up. Good intro.
Thank you.
All right, we're done.
I like to elaborate on that.
All right. Well, thanks for coming out.
He is not a valid scientist. Do not take his opinion or advice. Anything he says does not represent the views of this show or Supernatural Paranormal Research.
All right, there you go.
Start mumbling.
That's the fine print, man. No.
Yep.
It's good. It's all good.
There you go.
But you
Red
are
light, true fine print. You're good.
Are an inventor, though, correct?
Yes. I try very hard. Yes. Most of us inventors, we make an attempt to build things that a lot of us never actually finish building the thing we actually set out to build, and then we end up making a lot of other things on the journey, man.
One of those I noticed in one of the videos we have that portal box you got.
Which one?
Oh,
Portal
geez.
Oh, Portal. You talking about the Portal? Like it's like Portal like.
It's kind of like the spirit box, but it doesn't have the white noise.
I mean, it's like Portal like. It's got that echo sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So I mean, I'm not like being particular or anything, but a portal is like
No, be particular because I don't know about that.
Well, no,
I just know about the spirit box.
Well, here you go. I'm gonna drop some facts on you. I'm gonna drop some knowledge.
Yay. I'm all for wrinkles in the brain.
Knowledge is what it's all about. More wrinkles. So a portal is basically a type or like a series of devices connected together, right? You got a guitar amp.
Oh,
you have a noise suppression processor or like a noise killer effects pedal, and then like a hall effect reverb that can super like oversaturate your audio. And so that's generally how you do it. And so there's no ghost box like built into the portals, generally speaking. I'm not going to say that there aren't some that are built in and they are portal like, but the actual portals, I think it's Steve Huff. Sorry, there's a lot of Steves, man. And I'm sorry about that. And Holte, if you ever see that, I'm sorry, bro. I did not mean to call you or call him you. Anyway, so Steve Huff, I think, is the guy who came up with the Portal Ghost Box, particularly. And but it's not a Ghost Box, like I said. It's an effects system that you hook Spirit Box into. So, for example, I have my SB7. I can't hear it very well, so I normally hook it into a little speaker, right? But instead of that, I'm going to take it and hook it into the input on the noise killer side of the Portal effects box, and then it's going to go through the noise killer, and then you adjust that until you get rid of the static, right? And that'll take all the static away, and then you're just getting the audible like bits and snippets of the audio from the radio as it's sweeping through, right? And then it goes through, but before you hear it, it goes from there to the Hall effect reverb processor, and there it sounds like it's being shouted in a church, like a huge cathedral or something, like a cathedral type reverb. You've seen it on the Geo box. This is basically the same sound. You know what I mean? That really super saturated hall effect reverb. And it does sound ghostly, man, but
ghostly.
But
because ghostly. Because ghosts use reverb. No, I know. Yeah. I hate to say this.
You don't like it.
And it's going to bother a lot of people. Probably about half a billion people. I absolutely hate the ghost box. It drives me insane.
Boo!
No. You know,
but if you can make it to where you take
preference, whatever you like personally to use.
But see, it's because of the
white noise.
White noise.
Yeah. It drives me nuts too.
So basically, your invention of taking that bane of my existence when I'm investigating with people and making it to where it's not going to drive me insane.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's what Steve Huff did, but yeah. So, he didn't come up with that. That's just that's how the portal works. But yes, that's also, well, my ghost boxes don't. You're probably used to listening to like an SB7 or something like that.
I have the
like
10.
Okay. Oh God, I'm sorry. Okay. So, well, SB11. But about the 11.
Well, yeah.
The big one.
I don't have. Well, the one that takes the SD card. It's got an SD card, which you can. Oh, it's got an SD card.
Oh no, that's the S box.
The S box.
Yes, that's now SB7 is the.
Oh, that's the old one. That's the old radio looking one.
Yes.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
Yeah. So, the S box is okay, but it's like too digital for my preferences, and I don't have a problem with digital radio. I like digital radio. My nano comms are digital. A lot of my ghost boxes are digital, but actually the majority of radios made today, actually all of them built brand new today, are digital. They're not analog voltage, and there's no analog voltage. There's none of that. There's no big tubes. It's all just ICs and capacitors, right? And so what they do is they simulate, the old-fashioned radios with the tuning, and so you do have that voltage tuning, and that's how I am able to do that. But the digital radio is fine. S-Box, I don't like it that much though. I don't like the sweep speed and how it hangs too long on some of the audio bits. I'm not against the audio bits, like a lot of radio chatter. I like that, but you have to go fast, like really fast.
Yeah.
So that it breaks it up enough to where it's instead of hearing one full word or like two or three words from one station of somebody saying 98.3 jazz
Right.
or
Yeah.
102.5 the planet or whatever,
Yeah.
So instead of hearing that whole piece, you just hear one, and and then you'll hear the next station and they'll be talking about something else. So it'll be a completely different voice, but then when
You
it
get that.
hits and it
Yes.
sounds right, that one little selection, and it could be a yes that's super, super distinct, or it could be
a full
like
sentence.
but a combination of sounds, right?
Yeah.
To create the illusion of a full sentence. But it's not, or is it an illusion? That's the question, right? Is it the illusion of a full question or full answer to a question that you asked, or is it actually a valid response or whatever?
Well, like you said, that's why you have to go fast on the FM part. I tried to keep it a lot on the AM station, so you didn't get a lot of that.
And even then, it's very subjective a lot of time, and I do admit that. It's sometimes it's not. Sometimes you objectively get a response, and there's no way around that. You can argue why you got that specific response when you were trying to get looking for, like, let's say ABC response, right? And you laid out the responses in like a multiple choice format, and you say, okay, I'm talking to this guy who's accused of murdering these people. Are you A, guilty, B, innocent? Well, I'm not saying A or B, C, but are you guilty or innocent, or do you just not care? Which one is it? Tell me word for word. One of those: guilty, innocent, or you just don't care. And when you get innocent, immediately, like I'm talking to you right now, and I ask you, and you respond to me. That to me is a valid response, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If I heard something like that, you'd make me a believer on that thing.
I can show you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It's on YouTube. It's on my channel on YouTube. But that almost word for word, that exact thing that I just said.
Yeah. See, then that would
I didn't lay out the choices, but I said, if you're innocent, say the word innocent, and then you hear it say innocent, plain as day.
Oh my gosh.
Which is really cool, especially when it bridges the skips and it's the same voice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, this was like there was nothing coming through, and then all of a sudden, I asked that question, and then you hear, bam, innocent. It was
perfect.
That was one of the best.
And see, I'm so skeptical on things like that.
No, I get it. I'm a skeptic also.
And I've watched a lot of spirit box sessions and stuff like that, and some really haunted locations. And I've just never witnessed a moment where, I heard their responses and stuff like that the people are getting, but I never heard what they were hearing. And I'm like,
but you're deaf too, Adrian. You got to put that.
A lot of times,
what?
Let's see what you're saying. What you're telling me is you were observing someone else conducting an experiment.
Yes,
that's what you're telling me. You weren't actually conducting it yourself. And I'm not like troubleshooting you. I'm just saying.
No, like, troubleshoot me. Yeah, it's great.
Well, okay. So when you think about it like this, you can look at like paranormal investigation. When you talk to people, like witness testimony or eyewitness testimony is like a huge part of what we go on, right? So
corroboration is key.
Oh, right. Yeah. And the majority of the stuff we do, you have to go out on a limb and give some level of belief, even though you don't necessarily know it to be true at the time, right? Like and that goes the same for the investigation and for ITC for that matter. And it sounds kind of fruity. It sounds kind of metaphysical, kooky, crystal person stuff,
Mm-mm.
but like it's for real. You have to like put some level, just a small level of belief in it, just and think it's going to work. I'm going to get the response that I want. It doesn't work all the time, but you know, when it does work, man, it works. But you have to be doing it. You have to do it yourself, and you have to get that. You're not going to see somebody else have a experience and then believe in that method of investigation vicariously through them, you know, watching them have that experience. You're going to have to like try it and really put some stock in, you know, put a little skin in the game, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh no, I
There's
totally
always going
get
to be
it.
that
I
little
totally-
level of
talk
doubt
to air.
otherwise.
I mean, we do EVPs anyway. I'm pretty sure you still record for EVP, right?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay,
And,
so
but I also noticed that that once you upgrade your gear, yeah,
you get a lot less EVPs.
you get less EVPs.
And why? So why do you believe that is?
That is that is quite the question there, because I
Right.
I'll run a Sony ICD recorder, right?
Mhm.
Personal recorder, a good quality, right? And not overly expensive. What are they like? 40,
About
50
$40
bucks.
bucks. Yeah.
And then
well, now at about 15, so about 55. Yeah.
So and I also run a Zoom recorder.
Yep. Yep. Zoom.
And I would highly suggest a Zoom recorder
So
to everybody.
H1.
I run the H2.
Okay.
And I love the H2N. It's a fantastic recorder. You don't
Mhm.
have to go crazy expensive and get like the H4s or the H5s and all that stuff. Then all you're doing is showing off, right?
Yeah, you're just multiple channels at that
Yeah.
point, and that's for like really getting into like filming and running all these different audio lines and stuff. Yeah.
The H2N was specifically designed to pick up live sound. So I'm like, okay, well, let's get that. And I can put it on a mic stand like this and then put it in the middle of the room. You can hear a fly fart. And they're fantastic. And there have been times that I've sat there and said, "Oh, well, I've caught an EVP and on my recorder, but it's actually Red over here scratching the jacket, and we didn't call it out, but it sounded like I'm going to eat your soul." And then
or a stomach growl. Or,
that was an interesting jacket scratch.
Yeah.
Right.
And then on
I
the
don't know.
Zoom,
I'd have to call that one. I'd be like, well, man, you know, I don't know. That might have like
on the Zoom,
and printed in that or something.
Yeah, the Zoom recorder, it almost sounds like a subtitle. Oh, that's Daniel scratching his jacket, and I'm like, oh,
There you go.
okay. But
that would be, you know, hey, well, that's another good point that you bring up with the subtitles. You know, like it is what is objective and what is subjective, right? So is objective like if the computer hears it, right? Is that a valid objective response? Is that, or no, it's not, because you still can't see. So where does that's all I'm saying. The level you're gonna have to like go out on a limb to have that experience yourself with a ghost box, a spirit box, in order to have that experience. You just can't. You just can't put because if you keep explaining everything away, you know, is this, that, or the other. And to go back to the recorder thing, I think you're right. I think the better the recorder gets, the less EVPs you get. And the reason for that is a lot of it is if you listen to the old digital audio recorders, right, from like the turn of the technology era, right there, from tapes to digital, right? If you listen to all those, yes, tons of noise, tons of artifacts, tons of glitches, tons of just weird stuff going on. And what is all that exactly? It's tons of different things going on because they were like noobs in building these circuits, right? These digital recording circuits, and especially the cheap ones, because they wouldn't be shielded correctly, or they'd use cheap ICs, or you know. And take for example the Panasonic DR60, right? The infamous DR60. You know, I think a lot of the reason why it picks up EVP so well is because most people do not play it. They don't output it directly into a computer.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's got that weird little 1/8 inch audio jack on it, right?
Yeah.
So most people won't do it like that. what do? They take their phone and they record it up to it, and you hear it just as is coming out of that
Low quality speaker.
90s
Yeah.
low quality speaker in a model of a recorder that was scrapped because of all the problems that it had, and the very next year changed to the like QR60 or something like that, right? Same exact looking recorder, but it does not do all the same stuff that the last one did. And they did that specifically because they were correcting their mistakes. So these mistakes are just like failures to block out things that you don't want to hear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
So the
blocks out the
mistakes
EVPs
are
as
the
well.
artifacts, the EVPs. So I don't want to hear some stray bit of audio come through. So what do we use to record nowadays? We're not actually recording what was heard. We're recording what the IC thinks is what it's supposed to be hearing, right? So it takes all
Yes.
this audio and it cleans it, really like filters a lot of it. Yeah, you
Mhm.
do get
Yeah. I take
but
all
here's the
my
thing
I
also,
take all
You
my
may get
noise.
EVPs. It's being
I take all
scrubbed
my
beforehand.
Yeah,
You're
I
taking a
take
very
all my
clinical
suppression off.
approach.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You take a very clinical approach to it, and I don't know that a clinical approach can always be taken. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no,
Like
I
you
get
can't
that.
just set a recorder in the middle of the room and just not be, because spirits, if we believe that that they are some sort of psychic ongoing form of consciousness that used to be us and they're still around, then you have to have some level of belief in
Oh no,
psychic
I
ability.
believe. I've
Right,
experienced
right.
I've
Yeah.
experienced some
So, well,
crazy stuff. So
I'm
I
just
mean,
leading us to the, so so it does take a level of belief, and you'll be surprised, man, what you get when you put yourself out there on a limb, and then it gets easier, like and when it gets easier, you start getting more responses. You have to just not think about it, but you also it's a piece of like for paranormal research, a piece of equipment for ITC isn't just a piece of equipment. It's not a EMF detector that you can just sit down and it does its job. It runs it's looking for voltage changes in the air around it, and it registers that and shows it that in lights or numbers or whatever, right?
yeah. Well,
So, but
most of
Ghost
my
Box, yeah, Ghost Box is a little different. It's not going to be ones and zeros. It's going to be, is that a
Mhm.
one or zero sometimes?
Yeah.
But that was definitely something.
Well, I've worked with like the Ovilus and some of those things.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. I think
No.
it's a fantastic. I thought, no, I love the idea. See, I like everything, man. I'm not, you know,
And I messed with some of the other things. I've messed
I'm
with
like a
other
gear hippie.
some of the other stuff Bill has made. I've messed with others. I've got a I forgot what it was, but it was like the original scanner, and I did play with it at a local haunted hospital that we've got. And
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
and I've experienced stuff, but I never got anything that I got across that. My team and I were all trying it. We all tried it.
Okay.
We
Well,
tried we tried the whole team. We tried just a group of guys. We tried a group of girls. So and being a diagnostic professional, when
yeah.
I pay, paying attention. I'm trying to get it, but as Shauna said, I am deaf. Not quite deaf,
Well,
but
but EVPs aren't sound, are they?
no,
No,
no.
not always.
And I thought,
I mean, that's how we experience them, like secondhand. But in the
Mm-hmm.
initial recording, they aren't sound. It's electronic anyway, so it has to be because it's not.
a lot
One of
along
my
the
team members, he actually goes in and he'll put headphones in, just on his recorder, and he'll hear stuff that we don't
Yes.
hear
Oh,
at the time.
yeah, the white
live,
noise.
yeah.
Well, who's
From
to
the
say they're not using
amplifier.
our hearing aids to put stuff through to
No, I
us?
totally think they
Very
do.
well could be.
That yeah, that's a cool concept. I was thinking about that. I was watching that movie, the Sound. Oh God, what is it? Oh my God, Quiet Place.
Quiet place,
Oh.
Those
yeah.
big monsters that are chasing down, like killing everybody, humanity, but the little girl kills them with
Yep.
the hearing aid.
Yep.
That was nuts, man. Yeah, that frequency, that specific
Well,
frequency caused it caused their bodies to reverberate and
Yep.
explode, man. It was nuts. So I
that-
mean, but that's not
I've
far
been
from
wearing
the
hearing aids
truth.
for a while, and I have not killed an alien yet.
Well, I mean, you never know. You could scan somebody one day.
Karen Whitaker on
He
our
already
chat.
answered it.
What?
He already answered it.
Did he answer it specifically?
Well, she said he answered my question
Well, then
All
never
right.
mind.
Hell yeah, I'm on fire, baby.
about cassette recorders
Yeah.
already because she was talking about.
Oh, yeah. So
I guess you did because you talked about the original voice recorder versus when I was
I got a question. Can we go back to when you said you asked the spirits to repeat a word for you? You gave them the 3 options.
I didn't. Yeah. Well, sometimes I do, but the video, you only hear me say, Stribling, if you're guilty or innocent, I want to know, or something like that. And I say, if you're innocent, just say the word innocent, and all you're hearing through the whole thing is just SB7 sweeping, and then all of a sudden you hear innocent, just like right after I ask the question. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I got a question about that. Did you take it any further? Because I started doing that about 8 years ago or so, 7, 8 years ago. And I ended up conversing with the guy. I kept giving him options. Once I got the first answer, I gave him 2 options, breakfast or dinner. And he said breakfast. And I'm like, cool. And I took it a step further. What do you want for breakfast? Bacon, eggs. And I actually got to the point, and I don't have a good recording of it, but I think I ended up going about maybe 6 or 7 levels of questions, to the point where he said he liked coffee. He wanted coffee. He wanted toast. He wanted butter on the toast. He wanted jelly. He even told us he wanted grape jelly. I mean,
pretty specific.
It was really, but we kept giving him options to tell us which one was it. So have you gone that far with it? And how's that gone?
Yeah, actually, I was just back at the same cabin just this past weekend. I've got a bunch of stuff, man. We got so much good stuff that like I have to go back through. Well, I'm still going through it, and I'm gonna cut out some stuff. But yeah, we got tons of really. I want to say, I asked the same question again. I just wanted to see if I could get the same response, because how cool would that be to be able to get the same response, like specifically in the same place, like using a different box or something, but like same exact situation. And I think we did get it, and I just have to go back and check. But yeah, I've tried a lot of I've tried several times down there, and 1 or 2 of the times I didn't get anything, and but 1 or 2 of the other times I got lots of things. But the if I get something again that's that on the nose and that like hair raising, for me anyway, it was, then I'm definitely going to post it. It'll be like part 2, Stribling Cabin part 2 or something. But yeah, the work continues in the Stribling Cabin. We plan on doing some events there, actually, hopefully, in the Shoal Creek Living History Museum.
Oh, nice.
So that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a whole little town. There's a little church. There's a little school. There's a blacksmith.
Wow.
They'll have the blacksmith out there a lot of times.
Where's that?
Yeah, it's Shoal Creek Living History Museum in Liberty, Missouri.
Oh, in Liberty. Okay, cool.
Oh, nice. Now, this
very
little
cool place.
gadget that you made is not the only thing you made, though, is it?
Podcast. That's my buddy Aaron. Business
What-
partner and friend.
What other stuff have you made or invented or?
And I mean, damn, I don't know. Like, lots. I don't know. Like,
Well, we talked about the Nanocom. I do have one of those.
Yes,
we played with that. We played with that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was nice to see that one again, man. That was a blast from. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it seems like it's been so long ago since I built that box.
That was 2020.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
2020. Yeah, because you signed mine. It was your first prototype, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was February, wasn't it?
Yeah.
At
Robin Terry's place.
Yeah, we stayed the night at Robin Terry's at the R&R.
At the R Theater.
Yeah, the R Theater. Yeah, us and me and Katie and Jennifer and her husband. Yeah.
That's a crazy place too, isn't it?
It's good times, man. Yeah, that was a cool place. Yeah, it sure was. The ghost box room is insane.
Yeah.
The ghost box room?
Yes, he's got like a room that is just lined wall to wall from the ceiling, like shelves that go
Yeah,
across the wall, all the way up the ceiling, and
from
like a glass
all
case
all
full
Frank's
of ghost
boxes.
boxes. Not all Frank's
Wow.
No,
boxes.
no, no. You're right. Not
He's got a lot of Holtes. He's got a lot of
you're
different
right. He
ones.
does.
Yeah, and he's got a couple of mine. I don't know if they're probably in there somewhere. I hope. I'd be honored for mine to be in there. So.
I got a chance to play with one of them with one of the other speakers. I don't know if it was last year or the year before.
I'm
Oh,
so
that
jealous.
was
Everybody else
so
has got
much
Frank's
fun.
boxes, and I don't have a Frank's box.
So
Makes
much
me
fun.
sad.
It was crazy.
Makes me sad. Nobody cares.
I care. I won't one.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, my birthday is in 3 days. Just letting everybody know.
Happy
Well, happy
pre-birthday
early
there.
birthday.
Thanks. Thank you.
We'll
Thank
send
you.
you
Thank
some
you.
cardboard boxes that just say Frank on it.
Oh man.
No, I'm sorry.
Cold,
That's so
man.
cruel.
Not for you,
That's
not
so
for you,
cruel.
Katie. I'm going to send it to Shop.
Oh yes. Okay.
It would be me. It would be me.
Okay.
My birthday is not for
Sorry.
many months down the road, so
I don't
so
even
Katie,
know.
how
Can you get a hold of the originals anymore?
you can, it's hard to find
People are
them.
selling them like all the time. You just have to be on the lookout, But
You also
they
have to
want
have
like
money.
Yeah,
they're like
because
$1,000.
Who's
Like
got that?
1,500.
I can't
Not
remember
me.
how
I
much.
sure as hell ain't got it. I ain't got
No.
that much. Not these days.
So, Katie, how did you get started in all of this? I mean, has it been a lifelong thing, or did you just kind of stumble into it, or?
I've always been curious enough to get myself into trouble all the time and
Okay.
and take everything apart. I did, but I didn't really like start working on stuff, I guess, till I got out of high school. And well, I didn't actually fix anything. I took a lot of stuff apart and broken a lot of things trying to put it back together. But I guess when I got out of high school, I started working as a mechanic, working on construction equipment. And then I went in the army and then, learned some electronic stuff and that's right. And learned some electronics. And then when I got out, I was like, well, I got a little bit of money from the VA that I get. And so I can just kind of take some time to just do what I want for a while, and that's what I did. And then I got bored, and I started doing paranormal investigations like in the meantime. So like 2015, we started Supernatural Inc. And we just been. I've always been interested in the paranormal, right? And then we spent a lot of time in Germany, like 5 years in Germany.
Oh
right?
wow!
And yeah, so we'd go to all these castles in these towns, like Rothenburg is really cool, man. We go there into Christmas and at Christmas and get drunk and buy helmets and swords and sword fight in snow, and it was
awesome.
It was really fun. But there's just so much history and stuff over there that I started thinking then, man, when I get out of the military, I'm gonna start, and I was seeing people on Facebook starting to post their stuff and everything, and I was like, that was like 2008 or no 2009. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this when I get out. And so I got out and I did. So here we are. And plus, I've always been a fan of George Norrie, even though he still hasn't called me.
Yeah,
I'm waiting on my call, my email, or something. Come on, George.
that would be really cool.
That would be cool.
I mean, talk to Dave, man. Come on, talk to me.
Maybe he'll call it and wish you happy birthday.
I'm at least equally as fun as Dave.
As Dave.
At least equal.
Oh, excuse me. So I'm just gonna delve into a little bit of military stuff going on. What was your MOS?
I was so it changed to a 91 Lima, but it used to be a.
Yeah, I don't even know what mine is anymore.
Yeah, well, it was so ours used to be the 62 series for maintenance, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, the 62 hotels.
54 Bravo.
54 Bravo.
Kim Core.
Okay.
I think it's now at 81 something, or I don't know.
Yeah, they change all the numbers and stuff like that to confuse with old people.
Yeah, well,
well,
they confuse the anime.
Well, when I went in, the year that I went in, as soon as I got done with AIT and everything, that's when they changed the MOSs. And because they stuck me with the combat engineers, right? And
yeah.
And they were pissed too. Oh yeah, ooh, yeah. They're great dudes, crazy, but cool dudes. But any bunch of people that willingly signs up to go look for bombs in the road, hats off
Yeah,
to him.
you
I
got
didn't sign
brass
up for that. I signed up to
balls.
be a
I'm
mechanic. I just
sorry.
got
No
roped into it.
kidding.
Nah, I'm fine with it. You know,
Ugh.
it was definitely one of the most interesting times in my life. So, you know, there was
It
that experience.
was. I enjoy it.
I feel like, you know, well, you feel the same way as me. Like, you feel
Mm.
like you've actually done
Yeah, you
something.
get more
Yeah,
pride
you went
in.
somewhere, you did some shit, you know, whatever you did,
Yep.
it was something.
Yep.
It was something different. I'll
I
tell you
was the
that.
mama that wore combat boots.
Go in the army. That should be their new commercial. Go in the army. Do something different.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll clip one of these things we just did here, our promo.
Yeah, there you go. Let me go.
Clip it and send it in.
As long as it don't keep
Send
going
it. Send it.
going down, we're good. Any of the
We're
military
good.
branches. As long as we can stay
No,
focused on the
Yes.
goal in the
Let's
military.
focus. Let's focus, people. Focus.
Yeah, we need to focus. When you're in the military, you're in the military because we might go to war.
Right. Yeah. The military is there for a reason because you might have to actually shoot at or get shot at or worse. So yes, that's the main thing here. Is
Alarian in chat.
We want to win. We want to win.
Exactly.
We don't want to lose.
No.
So let's work on that.
We want to stay the strongest. And right now, I just heard not earlier, my hubby was playing something on his computer and it was somebody from South Africa, I think. And they were like, all they're worried about is the genders and everything. Let them keep worrying. We'll just keep building and get stronger. And I'm like,
I know. I feel like we're very.
No, that's a Navy.
We suffer from a lot of first world problems. I feel like.
Yeah, it's not about personal problems. When you join, I joined because at first I joined because I wanted the GI Bill. I wanted to earn my own money to go to college.
Too. That's partially right. No, yeah, I wanted to go
and
to
then
college. I didn't have
the
any
longer
money to go to college,
the longer I was in, the more pride I took in saying, "Hey, oh my God, what am I doing?"
Yeah, I did not expect when I went in, it was kind of like, I wanted to go in when I got out of high school, and that I was going into the Marines, and I was in the delayed entry program. Right, that was I don't know what I was thinking. I was young and stupid, still stupid, but I ain't young anymore. So, but back then, so I was gonna go in the Marines, so I did that for 2 years, my junior year, my senior year in high school. I'm running with the recruiter and stuff every other weekend and doing all that, and so I trained up for that, and then they had a limited number at that time. So whenever my mom dropped me off after I graduated, dropped me off at the recruiting station with my little sack and my underwear, my deodorant, and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, mom's all crying, everything leaves me there. And then so I sit down, I'm waiting, and the recruiter walks back out and he goes, "Well, I don't know how to tell you this, but they ran out of beds at Paris Island." It was like, today's not your lucky day. I was like, or is it?
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting here with a sack of underwear and deodorant thinking, what in the hell did I do? So this might be a sign. And then we had my daughter, me and my wife. We had our daughter when I was 23. And that's when obviously the Iraq war started. And I was like, oh man, everybody else. I was like everybody else. I just, it was like I'm not gonna say it was a good thing. I don't necessarily agree with. I don't like war for the most part.
I don't either.
I'm anti-war.
And we almost went to Iraq and Bahrain back in '98, and that scared the mess out of me.
Well, I mean, it's like they almost.
But
did,
I was
and
lucky.
They didn't, and then it was like, oh, but we're gonna do this now. So it was like a few years later, and boom, there we are.
Yeah,
we're still in the region, but then everybody was on the same page, right?
Right.
That was what was weird about the difference between then and now.
Right.
Is everything seems so much more clear cut and defined, and but then turns out, we were definitely being lied to.
Oh gosh. Well, were you in during the anthrax
crap? What
crap?
level the lies started at, but I'm just gonna say there were lies being told, and so there was a lot of like the Americans I feel like were duped.
Oh, they were.
And
they were.
I feel like nowadays a lot of people are if they're not, then maybe they should be a little bit more cautious about just jumping on the war bandwagon.
Yeah.
That's all I know. And you know, but you know, when the bandwagon's rolling, man, and it's like back then they was pumping us up with the video, like the girl that was from Iraq, the Iraqi girl, she was supposed to be an Iraqi girl, says that she saw Iraqi soldiers come in and pull babies out of incubators and stuff, and it's like, what kind of animals? It's like,
right.
I want to go. It's like you don't even know why
you're signing up. You just want to go to help people.
Yeah, you just want to go help. You want to, you think this is your moment to do what what like other people have had to do in the past. So you just do what you think you're supposed to do, and I'm not down in anybody's service or mine.
No,
we all did what we did for
Navy,
a good reason. And
Marines, Air Force.
It doesn't matter if what the underlying reasons were. We're
all brothers and sisters.
Good causes. We thought we were doing the right thing.
Yep, we're all brothers and sisters. Whatever they did above us, that we don't, because we didn't know. I mean, a lot of the anthrax shot, we didn't know.
Right.
And
so
now we do.
And you're following orders. That's what you do for your country, and that's just the way it is.
I'm sorry, Flippy. It's not an Army paranormal casting. We're doing.
Sorry.
No, that's totally fine. Sorry. And I know we appreciate everything that all of you guys
too.
did.
Yeah, it's just our opinion.
And I appreciate everybody who's grateful and everything. And I enjoyed my time in the service. I plan on retiring, like doing 20 years and retiring. But we hit an IED in my vehicle and jacked my back up. But I didn't I wasn't like one of these guys that gets jacked. Now I've had friends that got jacked up. Some of them died that they went immediately, lost a leg or lost an arm or whatever. There's some brutal stuff out there, man. It's like real life stuff that will make you forget all these first world problems that we have,
all these entitlement problems that we have.
I think the problem that we're having right now is there's no real deployments. I feel like there's not. I say that, but I don't know what's really going on now. But I just know we're not in Afghanistan anymore. We're not in Iraq anymore. And
we're softening. We're softening too much.
There's no hot wars that we're fighting right now, right? Mm-mm. So there's no hot wars. There's no combat experience. All the combat experienced soldiers and Marines are retiring out, or we're just med boarded out because of whatever, because the Army needed to cut the fat. And so, what do you have now? You have a bunch of people who go train, and there's no hot war. So, I feel like they haven't seen what some of my friends saw in Solder City and some of these places in Fallujah and stuff, and like a lot of people in the military, you just never, I don't know, man. I never heard.
I got lucky. I didn't have to experience the stuff you did. And I thank you, brother, for all that you've done.
No, I mean, but anybody who went down there could have experienced it. It's not like I was out, like I wasn't doing foot patrols, like shooting terrorists in the mountains and stuff. I was just doing route clearance, and I was a maintenance asset in route clearance.
But you're part of the team. That's
true. But
absolutely,
that's true. But anybody who steps foot in Afghanistan, if you're in the service, we had everybody was like, if you're breathing, you're capable of doing route clearance.
My gosh.
So it didn't matter who you were. It's like, hey, what are you doing right now? Oh, you're working in the defect? No, not today. You're doing route clearance. They did that for a long time.
Somebody said I'd actually love an Army Ghost podcast, and I'm like, well, when you're in the Army like that, you don't tend to pay attention to the paranormal. Oh no.
I mean, there's some people have some really cool stories about. Did any of you ever see the thing where I want to say they were like special forces guys, and they got pinned down in the mountains, right? And so in like a valley, and there was like a giant in a cave that attacked them, because they were trying to hide in the cave from
Yeah.
the Taliban or whoever they were fighting, and there was like a giant in the cave that was trying to kill them in the cave. So that was a
Yeah.
crazy story.
There's one too
Yeah.
about, I can't remember where it was, but it was a djinn they were encountering.
Yep.
A
in
djinn. Oh yeah,
A
I
djinn.
I don't know if it was the same one, but I saw something about that too. Yeah, that's some
Yeah.
crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't there also
Yeah,
one
and-
where a woman was like an Iraqi woman or something like that was leading them, and then she was gone, and nobody could ever find out who it was?
Oh, was that one of the gosh, there's a specific name for that type of spirit.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Enzo just said the Kandahar giant.
Yeah.
Was
Oh,
one.
that
Kandahar
giant.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
it.
the
That's
Kandahar
it.
giant.
Yeah, and that's not too dissimilar, or shit, is that a word? Dissimilar?
Sure, it
Unsimilar?
is now.
It is
Yeah,
now.
Okay,
It is
so
now.
it's not too different. How about that? It's too
There you
different.
go.
It's not too different than the redheaded giants in the Lovelock caves in Nevada.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
'cause we went out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
We went out there and checked that place out before, man, and that was
How
a
cool.
crazy. Oh, it was super cool. Yeah, we drove like a long way for like probably 30-45 minutes
Nice.
just through the desert.
We just
man.
did a podcast on giants not too long ago, a couple months ago.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
on,
this is
yeah,
really
What If
cool.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Redheaded giants. So that story was very similar as far as the cannibalism and the giant, and so maybe it's connected somehow. Who knows?
Could
Could
be. It's some
be.
crazy
So
stuff.
it sounds like
maybe
you're
they're
not,
cousins. Maybe they're redheaded giant
Yeah.
cousins.
so you're not just
Who
into,
knows?
well, you're into all paranormal, it sounds like then.
Oh yeah, I have an interest in anything weird, man. I grew up the first book that I can remember reading, besides the dictionary, or not the dictionary, Encyclopedia
Encyclopedia.
Britannica
Yeah.
collection. Because I
Yep.
would draw the dinosaurs. That's where I learned to draw.
Yep.
So I had this book, and it was like it was the collection of Strange or something like that. I can't remember, but it looked a lot like an Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So I had that, and it had everything, all this everything from spontaneous human combustion
Yep.
to UFO
Wow.
sightings to
Very cool.
demonic possession to ghosts, and it had just everything. Men in Black stories. There was tons of
Wow.
different stuff. So yeah, so all that, and then so obviously Twilight Zone.
Oh, the
Great.
Twilight
Oh, yeah.
Zone. Yes. Unsolved Mysteries. And then you had
Thank God for Nick at Night. Nick at Night
right.
was awesome, man.
Oh,
It
man.
was the greatest.
I think my first
Yeah,
actual
Nick-
paranormal book was Alabama Haunting. Like, it was I don't think it was Alabama Hauntings because I don't remember when that came out, but it was like an Alabama Haunting, but where it talked about different locations in Alabama. That's where I'm from originally.
Oh,
Is
okay.
Alabama.
I couldn't
Yep.
tell you was from the
No,
South.
couldn't tell at
I
all.
bet you
Not
can't
at
tell that I'm from the South as well. I'm from South Carolina originally. So
all. Yeah.
I was
We
born and
all seem to
raised.
migrate here in the middle. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I see, it's like that song, I guess, meeting in the middle or something.
Yep. That's a good song.
It
But
is a good song.
So what else do you do for fun?
yes,
For
Floopy
fun,
is
I
from
play-
South Carolina.
Do I know?
My friend Floopy, or Fluffy Bubble 420 and Twitch, she is from South Carolina.
Oh,
You're from
cool.
Charleston, aren't you, Floopy?
Charleston, yeah, that's cool, man.
Yep.
That's
All
cool.
right,
Yeah,
sorry.
I've hung out in Charleston a lot. I used to hang out at the Isle of Palms in Charleston.
Did you do that for fun?
That was fun.
Question.
Yes, that was fun.
Sorry, kid. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up now.
Yeah. So for fun, I play games. I play video games. That's not all of it, but there's other things that I do. Sure.
Well, you invent stuff.
Oh, yeah, I do. I invent stuff, but I'm a nature dude. I like to go out to the woods and just kick around. And
Oh, so you like Bigfoot too,
I
huh?
I would love to do some stuff with Bigfoot so badly. I have some ideas.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Nobody will call me. Like
Well,
all these
hey,
Bigfoot,
anybody out there?
they do all these Bigfoot shows, and they're using like, what are you using? What are you trying to? The only people that I would say even half took it serious, well, attempting, but that was kind of like obviously kind of a joke. Was the monster dudes, right?
All
At least
right.
they built traps.
Right?
They would make an attempt, even though it was usually a misguided attempt. It was still an attempt,
It was
right?
still, it was still
I thought it
entertaining.
was cool. I told the dude, I met one of the guys one time in Kentucky, in Louisville, Kentucky, at a conference, paranormal conference. And I was like, dude, I gave him a card. I was like, dude, y'all got to call me and we'll set up like some laser tripwire, freaking Bigfoot traps. You know, we'll
It
do
wasn't
some stuff,
Mid-South,
man.
was it?
Huh?
Was it Mid-South Paranormal Conference?
Yeah, it was Mid-South. Yeah, it
What
sure
year?
was. Oh, hell, I don't know. 20, shit, was that 2017, 2018?
2018 is when I went. The Mountain
No.
Men were
That
there.
it might. No, it was 2018. It was before I did Morgan City. I'd never been on TV or anything at
I
that
probably
point.
went right
Yeah,
by you quite
no,
a few
yeah, it
times.
was. Yeah, because I gave that helmet to that girl there, and then she got mad at me, and she never gave my helmet back to me.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, she just kept
wow.
it. I'm like, wow, dude. Okay, so but I'm not naming any names. You know who you are, and you know you have my helmet.
I tried.
And I hope you sleep great.
I went down
That's all I'm gonna
to
say. Can't say, oh, look at my helmet. This person built it. 'Cause then you have to
Oh
say, I
no.
stole it. Anyway,
I went down to Mena, Arkansas, not long ago, and tried to do some. Well, I was looking for Bigfoot, of course, and also UFOs and such. But my experiment, I was trying to use the SB7
oh
to
yeah,
try to
Really?
communicate with them, and the only thing I got was actually they blew up your Nanocom twice.
Oh,
blew it up,
They blew it up. It
wow.
was like
like
it.
exploded
They
it.
well, no. They sucked the juice out of it, and then it just
Damn,
kept getting quieter and quieter, and then all
that
of a
sounds
sudden it just went like a loud
squealing.
screech, a
Yeah,
squeal, and then it just quit. I'm like, what the hell?
yeah.
Put a brand
That's
new battery
exactly
in
what
it.
happened.
It lasted 5 minutes, and same thing happened again. So I'm like, forget it. So then I used the SB7, and couldn't get anything. I thought, you know, maybe we can communicate that way. So that's kind of been my experiments recently, and trying to do more of that.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know if
like
you've
it.
had any opportunities.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a cool idea. Well, you know, the ghost box wasn't originally intended to be used for ghosts. Like Frank Sumption thought he was talking to aliens and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
No,
No,
Initially.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
researched that. I didn't
Yeah,
know
man.
that.
And he still, I mean, he continued that belief, you know.
Some teams still use it for
No,
that.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
who
Some
is
yeah.
the who is
use
the
it for
UFO
that.
whisperer? Who was it that's who somebody had mentioned
There's
something about a UFO whisperer that he can talk to or bring
there's
one
a
or
guy I saw a
something.
dude on I saw a dude on a YouTube on a video on YouTube. This is from a while back. It was a clip from a news video, but this guy, I think he was in like California, looked like I don't know 100%. But he started like put his hands up in the air and started like doing all these saying all these prayers and stuff. And then he was like speaking in tongues. And then all of a sudden you see this little tiny white dot
Mhm.
appear in the sky. And this was a news guy. And the news guy was like, oh, hold on a second. Well, what is this? He was like, what? We got something here. It's an actual object. And you can see that it's coming in. Wow, that's crazy. And this thing showed up and it hung out for a few minutes and then it just took off.
Wow.
So yeah, there are
There's
people
groups
that
of people that are
supposedly,
doing that now.
yeah, I mean, well, you know, that's the thing, right? Like, what's his name? Applewhite. Oh, the cult leader dude. Oh my God. He thought that same thing too, though. So I guess people
Oh
have
yeah,
to
that the
be
mothership was
careful with
waiting on
that.
him.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Wasn't
that
that just
the-
mentioned about the mothership being out there?
Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate. That was
Oh.
Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They wore the
Wow.
the
I
the
wouldn't
Tennis
put it
shoes
past
and
anybody
with
to
the
know that.
purple sheets over on this. Ooh, boy, that was weird, dude. So weird. But obviously, you know, but yeah, there are some people out there that put a lot of belief in psychic communication
Yeah.
with aliens.
yeah,
It's
sure.
possible, man. I'm not going to rule it out. I mean, if you believe in psychic phenomenon,
Yep.
then obviously you have to believe that. Well, okay, so if you can explain the mechanics behind it, that's the problem, right? So we don't know if there's like a distance thing here. Is there some sort of limitation? Are you only limited by, yourself or whatever, by your own ability or by your own capacity? I don't know. So it's
Terry
possible.
in the chat, she's saying that she said Dr. Stephen Greer, which for sure does
Yeah,
the
Dr. Stephen
CE5.
Greer, yeah.
Yeah, she said she does it too, to communicate with
Really?
aliens, and that she's been using the nanocom in the helmet.
Oh yeah. So that's really cool. So the helmet has been used a couple times for UFO
Now, is that the God helmet?
interdimensional.
Is that what you're talking about?
It's my variation of the God helmet. It's my
Gotcha.
take on my spin on the God. I call it the ghost helmet. And so yeah, it uses EM coils to excite a certain part of your brain that Dr. Michael Persinger used to believe that
Okay.
this part of your brain that where your temporal lobe sits, that's the center of your spiritual connection. So if he were to excite that area with magnetic fields in the form of complex magnetic waves, then he thought that he could reproduce a paranormal experience or a spiritual experience in you, um, um,
Oh, wow.
artificially.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I think instead of proving that, he gave us another like potential way to connect with things that are of the supernatural or paranormal nature. Because I think
Absolutely.
Yeah.
he did it in a very controlled environment, very clinical, like I said, clinical, experimental, like scientific way, right? A noise suppression chamber that was also a giant Faraday cage, so there
Yeah.
was no stray EM fields coming in. That he believed that even the lowest intensity magnetic fields produced by the Earth could cause this effect in humans, to falsely experience a paranormal activity. And so that was kind of his pretense, but I thought that was interesting. And I thought it was also interesting that a lot of times it was kind of a half Gansfeld experiment, half uh, God helmet, because
Yeah.
people
Yep.
people would be wearing the God helmet. This thing keeps saying charger battery in my ears. Um, so people would be wearing the God helmet in these experiments, and they would also they would have ping pong balls over their eyes. And
Yes. Yeah.
that's
Yes.
optical sensory deprivation, right? So
Mhm.
it's depriving you of your vision, but not just putting a blindfold on. So we're
Mhm.
used to seeing dark, so our brain doesn't think anything if we
Put
close
the
our
red
eyes.
light on. Yeah.
But yeah, if we do, or even better, the ping pong balls is actually the most effective thing that I've found so far. Besides some safety glasses sprayed, like painted with the fog,
Nice.
the
Oh,
the
oh,
the
oh, okay. Okay.
frosted glass spray
Yeah.
Oh,
spray stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
So that works pretty good too. You can spray those. I figured that out, and that works. That works great. You can thank me
It's a
later.
good idea.
Yeah.
You can thank me later.
Right. So the idea with that is you put the ping pong balls over your eyes, and then you can open your eyes with them on, and all you see is a gray field around you. You're not looking
Mhm.
at blackness. You're not looking
Yeah.
at objects. Your brain is still detecting that you're seeing stuff.
Mhm.
Your eyeballs are working, and your eyeballs are not closed, but you're not seeing anything that registered. So the idea is that your brain will start. Does your brain start randomly producing things to entertain itself because it's bored, or or does it? Are you actually tapping into something subconsciously, psychically, on a subconscious level, maybe? And so it's all very interesting. And I thought that was a good way to really try and take something, the personal experience in paranormal investigation, and
Absolutely.
enhance that for you it's not something. The ghost helmet isn't something that you can like quantitative result. Yeah, so there's doing this thing, and you're not going to get a lot of clinical information out of it. You're not going to get anything like that. This is purely just an additive to your own senses.
Yeah, it opens up your senses. So
it's a way to
experience.
do that.
Yeah.
If you and I will say it doesn't work in everybody, and
Mhm.
then that's obviously that's going to be the case. But I've had a high number of people that have had very similar experiences, but also valid and strangely similar at each location. I mean, the experience was strange and didn't fit that location, but also um, it was similar to another person's experience that was strange and also did not fit that location. So both of the experiences were out of place in that location, but were very similar, which was interesting to me. So I've gotten a lot of like weird, quirky results like that.
Well, but that would make it interesting because you talk about being scientific, you need reproducible results. So you have two different people without the a common knowledge thing to sit down and do that. And if they get something about the same, then that's corroboration.
Can we need a part 2 of this?
It's not like it's not like set in stone, like this definite evidence that this is, but it's a damn good kind of, I guess, take on things. It's a good idea of what's going on, I would say. Sometimes coincidence, that's like I say, personal experience is a big deal. And to me, because we'll put people away, we'll put people to death, we'll sentence people to the electric chair over an eyewitness testimony. So if somebody says they saw you murder this person or whatever, and they tell that to a jury, and that jury says, "Oh God, they saw him do it. We believe this person because they're a credible person, they're a fine, upstanding person in the community or whatever." And so we're going to put this guy in the electric chair.
Which is why
I'm not bagging it. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying that's a whole other different conversation. But
there should be more proof, more evidence.
But this is exactly.
But that's how much stock as a society we put in other people's work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right? But when
that's
it comes to something fantastical, it's harder to do that.
Yep.
But
when my investigators go, one of the number one rules I have on my team is to always go in sets of no less than 2, because that corroboration is key. Just because somebody said, "Oh wait, I've seen this."
Yeah.
Well, did you see that?
Yeah.
No, I have to be looking the other direction. I'm like, okay, then we have a story.
And that's kind of the paradox, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's kind of a paradox, because sometimes like you can't get stuff with 2 people.
Yeah.
Sometimes because that second person is your safety net. The second person is your you have to completely let go of your you have to be vulnerable, right? So that person that's there is like a security for you, and because that you have somebody else there, and that makes you feel better. That's like a security net for you. So that's a backstop in case something bad happens. You go, "Oh, I have this person. That person,
right?
What do we do?" But if you're in a situation by yourself, sometimes that's the only time you're going to get that activity. And sometimes it's only going to be a personal experience. Sometimes it'll drain your batteries, and you can think whatever you want about that, whether that's situational or not. But I'll tell you what, it's kind of funny that your batteries drain 1 minute, and then
it is.
And then you leave the room and the batteries are back.
Yes, exactly.
Or something, says your name behind you audibly, like out loud, and you hear it with your own ears. And then, but you look down and your recorder's dead and off or whatever. And that's just what it is. And sometimes it's a paradox, because it's like not meant to be captured and recorded by anything or something. I don't know. Sometimes some things might be that smart to have the ability to do that.
Just meant for you.
I hate to cut this, but we are over the 8 o'clock mark, and we got to have him back, Ken.
Oh yeah,
we got to have him back. So we're gonna get KD back, everybody, and we'll let everybody know when KD's coming back. But
good.
in the meantime,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Ken.
I'm not.
He's your guest. Go ahead.
I'm your guest, baby.
But you haven't said anything for a while. No,
I know, right?
No, I was going to say, how do people contact you? And the other thing is, I know you're out and about, various places throughout the year. Where can they see you? Where can they find out where you're going to be to actually meet you? Of course, get their photo with you. And I didn't do that 2 weeks ago. Remember that?
No, we didn't, man. I know. I thought about that after.
But I think I'll see it. I think I will see you in about 3 weeks anyway.
Yeah.
In Springfield.
In Spring at the Pythian.
Yep.
The Pythian Castle.
Yes, sir. So how do
I'm
people
doing
get
that
a
on
hold of
your
you,
web.
though?
Do what now?
How can they get a hold of you? Sorry.
Oh, how can you get a hold of me? Well,
Yeah.
you can get a hold of me on Facebook, Supernatural Inc. There's the KD Stafford personal page. There's like a KD Stafford fan page. I know I hate saying it out loud. It's terrible.
Okay,
God.
but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass
It's
you.
a fan page. It's just a Facebook fan page, not the dirty kind.
Do you?
Not
Not the only fans.
What about your events, Katie? What about events that you're going to be at?
There's
Where do you post those?
All those will be on Facebook.
Okay.
There's supernaturalinc.com. There's you can go on our store also. There's links on there to everything. There's our equipment's on there, and that's store.supernatural.inc, and that'll take you right to the store. Super easy, huh?
Well, I was actually going to ask you for that because I wanted to buy or look at some of your stuff.
There you go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You can look at my stuff. I got all my stuff. It's out there in the open.
And it's online. There you go.
And it's online.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's not on OnlyFans.
Oh my gosh, you guys. And some of this stuff is affordable. Oh my gosh, he makes it affordable. Holy shicks.
Yes. It's $9 million.
Oh, you got potty mouth. You said potty words.
I said shicks. I said shicks.
Shiksa.
The X at the end. SHIX. I said shicks. Yes. Well, thank you so much it was so awesome.
Thank you very much.
Meeting you.
That was good.
Thank you, Ken, for introducing us to this fantabulous person.
Thank you, Ken, for bringing me on, brother.
Oh, you're very welcome. I enjoyed our conversation a couple weeks ago. We ended up talking for almost 2.5 hours that night.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and the last time I think I talked to you for almost about 45 minutes to an hour at Terry's place.
And now there's 4 of us talking to him. So
yeah,
this is going to be a 4-hour show.
I feel like a lot of times it's just me talking, and I feel bad. I feel like
don't feel bad. We're picking your brain.
Not at all.
We're trying to find out your information.
Absolutely.
So,
hey, I did really good. Staying on point tonight. That's my thing. Like coming back, making up, coming around, and then bam, bringing a point back around. That's why I've been working on it. It's working. It's coming out good.
Yeah, well, we did stray, anyway. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll have you back, and we'll talk more about your stuff and about your experiences and stuff. And maybe just maybe we can meet you somewhere while we're out and about ourselves.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because it will be awesome.
It will be fun.
Right. I don't have anybody next week, y'all. Shocker.
What?
Yeah, what? I have been so busy
will get you hooked up.
doing my own because my podcast is coming up this Sunday, you guys, Exploring the Paranormal Perspective. I'm going to introduce what I'm going to be doing for the year, and then we're going to go from there. I'll have guests, and I'll have true crime shows, and I'll have paranormal shows, but it's going to be live, and it's going to be on Kick. The Kick. Yeah, it's going to be on Kick. Have you heard of Kick?
Oh,
have you heard of
man,
Kick?
You know the thing.
The thing, kick.com. Yeah, it's going to be at kick.com /geeks paranormal. Yeah, and you got to make sure you have geeks all capitalized and then the P capitalized and the rest of it's lowercase. But anyway, that's it. That's mine. What do y'all got coming up?
Nothing.
Wow, that's all right. And on to you.
Well, that was climatic.
I have 4 more weeks to figure it out.
Yes, you do.
I'll have Mark and Phil on after you.
I'll bring you back,
right. Mark and Phil. Yes.
Mark and Phil will be
and I will have to get a hold of Christy.
And we've got Paracon coming up in September. Don't forget.
Yes.
And Katie.
Paracons is, we got a whole bunch of those events things coming up too. So
Yeah.
there's all those-
And we got
all those
the
are on our page.
investigation.
There's too many.
Yes.
There's too many.
Yeah.
There
There's too many to
is.
talk about. Yeah.
There is. But we'll have you back on. We'll talk about more. And go to KD's Supernatural Inc. Facebook page and look at the events that's coming up that
Instagram
he's
also,
going to be at.
Supernatural Inc. on Instagram as well. Yes,
Cool.
I'm there. And KD, Paranormal Mad Scientist on YouTube. Sorry.
Ooh. Yes. All right. Until next time, guys.
Awesome.
See you guys.
We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.